GM. I'm doing well. Um, Thankfully, I feel like I haven't really been able to say much about that for a while now, but things have been heating up. Um, Getting in a better group here, trading, which has been nice. Seen a lot of nice wins for members too. So yeah, feeling good, man. Um, yeah, lot to talk about in the episode. Wanted to preview that we do just have an announcement that just went live like 10 minutes ago. The Atlas is now live to try out. For all you guys. Atlas, obviously, our new AI-powered market insight project that we're working really to be able to deliver, better alpha, better insights, just in general, to members in the outside world too. We'll eventually have like a tiered access system, but right now we're releasing, I'm honestly not sure if we're calling it the alpha or the beta version. You can ask the product team. But that's all I've now to try out. Give us your feedback. We'd love to hear, guys, what you guys think about this. What you guys think about this tool, and really what you'd want to add. Like the biggest thing we talked about a lot in the town hall, but if you weren't there, really the biggest thing is that like the development work a lot was just like the data pipeline that we built, the sourcing aspect of it, the curation, and then from there we can really dive into a lot of different tools. So if it doesn't exactly fit like what you want at this moment, that's completely fine. Like let us know, and we want to be able to build something that's actually like super useful for you. So check out Atlas, give us your feedback.
Yeah, good call. Super early stages still, so yeah, let us know. We're
And obviously, yeah, I was just gonna say, obviously, Mint's still live too. 2025. Well, not 2025. We're calling it year 5. This time, Mint. Year-long Mint pass. Obviously, for the membership, we're gonna close the Discord for the previous year passes on the 9th, so in about 4 days. So make sure you get your new pass minted to stay in. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. I mean, you should be firing on all cylinders right now. You love to see it.
um, yeah, dude, we can get into it here. From a macro standpoint, I have the coins pulled up. Here we go. Yeah, Bitcoin even on the week here. It's only up 0.1%. According to CoinGecko, ETH up 2.4%. Solana down 1.5%. Not much movement compared to last week. We did have a nice pump, going into later in the week. Really just a kind of calm, sustained pump. Nothing like crazy on any single day. And then a dip back down here over these last couple days. Now sitting at about just under 98K, or sorry, 94K. Yeah, I think right now it's kind of just consolidation mode. Again, I'm not a macro expert. I just try and follow people who I think are. And it's largely that's kind of the sentiment that I've seen from the main people that I follow. Is this is generally pretty necessary, just consolidation after a big move up into this new range now. As long as we stay really above like this 91K area, I think we're probably pretty good. There's a tweet from Web3 Quant this morning about how he thinks in the short term he thinks we're going to go lower. Actually, I posted in the crypto trading focus discussion that I put a cheeky little Bitcoin short in this morning to take advantage of that. I don't know. Maybe I might be getting a little too just aggressive, and I should probably just wait and see if we go lower and then long instead of playing shorts, because in general I think we're going up. But yeah, so maybe we get a little more dip here over the coming day or two, few days, who knows? But just in general, I think that's completely fine, and I don't think that ruins any type of longer term setups and market structure of how we're looking right now. I still am pretty bullish. I would say pretty optimistic on things. You can certainly tell in the market that risk has been turned on. for a lot of people with a lot of different things running and doing well. So here's another tweet just for more indicators of kind of where we're looking for some more exact numbers. Same from Web3 Quant. He tweeted this a couple hours ago. This is his personal style, but he likes to buy breakouts, instead of trying to buy on support. So if we were to, break down a little bit from this area, down in that 91, 92K range or whatever, he would wait until we bounced back above 94 to really buy. Or if we never dipped and we ran up, he'd probably wait until we get above like the 96 area to rebuy for a more mid long term move. So those are a couple key areas to watch. And D Farmer has pretty similar sentiment right now. He's basically saying he's not buying yet. Here's a tweet from him voicing I'm straight don't voice saying it yet, by the way. He's basically saying, look, alts are performing well versus Bitcoin in this. That's good. Indication of risk on environment. He thinks people are panicking over Trump's nonsense, he says, and Wednesday's FOMC meeting. He says he's going to switch back on the longs once he sees more sentiment on the timeline about how we're going to have new lows. Is his indicator. So more of a sentiment indicator versus a price indicator. So that's interesting. Two different traders, so I think are both good, having two different methods. So yeah, that's largely what we're seeing right now on the macro front of things in terms of Bitcoin and such. Just in general, it's been noticeable. The ETH BTC has seemingly, I don't know if I don't want to call it bottom because it's been impossible to call a bottom for the last like 3-4 years or whatever for ETH-BTC. But at least locally, it's looking like it's leveling out a bit, and maybe it can start curling back up as well. I've seen some smart people on the ETH trade now, so once we do, bottom a bit here on Bitcoin or stabilize and start to go up, I'd be personally a little bit interested in ETH stuff, which is scary to say.
Yeah, ETH. My God, what a disaster so far, huh? We keep waiting for that bounce that never comes. But in general, yeah, the market now, it's definitely time to be cautious. I wouldn't be going all in. Yeah, you can trade shitcoins and have fun there because there's a little bit of fire there right now. But when it comes to holding majors or DCA, well, you can always DCA. It's not a bad thing to do. But I mean, when it comes to going all in or whatever, thinking things are heating up, it's dangerous because again, like we mention it often, but a lot of people do like to sell before the summer and just to go away. They say sell it, man, go away. That happens often. It could happen that we keep like trending sideways or we have little pumps in the summer. It's happened before. It's just usually when these are the trends that people follow, then there's a high probability that it might just happen where we go sideways or down for a little bit. So I'm being cautious. I'm not buying all in. I am heavily invested. I always am, but because I have a longer outlook and I don't really care about trying to time the market. But in general, just if you were looking to get in, I'd be careful right now because there can be some blood on the horizon before anything starts really moving upwards again, especially for the majors. I mean, we're always going to have activity. There's always going to be pockets of activity and things to do in the space. It's just, yeah, I think it's time to be a little bit more cautious right now. So I kind of agree with them.
Yeah. Anything else on macro stuff?
Not really. I think ETH is definitely always like we were waiting for that buy opportunity, right? We're just like, oh, it can't go lower than this. Surely it's so much lower. And now we're 1800, 1700, and it doesn't seem to have any really positive going for it or reason to be buying. At least not until the new stuff rolls out, like the incentives for people to use ETH and different things that Vitalik's working on that I'm keeping an eye on, and I'm sure a lot of people are out too. But I still hold ETH. I might look to stake it long term now that I did accumulate some after selling some stuff. I don't know. I'm thinking I'll either rotate it into Bitcoin and just like that's it, not look at it ever again, or I'll just stake it and make some yield and hope for a pump to increase my bag there. So we'll see. But other than that, no, not really much. Like Solana's still trending sideways. A lot of people think, and I think that this is accurate. Like Solana will move up if the trenches really catch heat, because then people need Solana to trade Solana shitcoins. So I think the Solana itself might move up with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but mostly it's going to move up with actual activity on the chain. So if we get another like um, super hot like movement like we did a few months ago with all this crypto stuff or shitcoin stuff, then Solana's gonna go parabolic. But right now it's gonna keep going sideways.
Yeah. I think it's a good call for sure. I think it's a good segue as well into shitcoin stuff because we had a lot to talk about in that area. It's been fun, man. We the market's actually starting to come back to life a bit. We've had quite a few runners. We've been on a lot of them in NVHQ, so that's been really cool. Um, I think we'd probably start with one of the biggest stories, which is the Boop stuff. If you guys are unaware, or at least like not following it super closely. Dingaling, who we all know from NFT days, launched his own pump fund competitor called Boop. Basically like a vampire attack style, very similar to what he did with Looks Rare versus OpenSea, where he gave a token right away, gave juicy staking for that token right away. Um, and yeah, he did a lot of different incentives. He did an airdrop for top Kato meme coin in like reach. I think it was like top like 14,000 people. And then he also did one for if you had like a lot of trading volume on Solana in general. I think is I'm not sure exactly what the criteria was there. Um, so yeah, so that's been interesting. There's been essentially like, what it is it's like there's been a lot of people supporting him, which I think it's like largely like better than Pump Fund in terms of it's less extractive because Pump Fund takes 100% of the fees for themselves, whereas this I think only takes like 10% or 5% for the Boop team, and then the rest go to stakers, and it's like its own flywheel. I think it's gonna be really hard for them to actually fully take market share from Pump Fund, but um, there's at least been some nice early like support. I would say there hasn't been any like super big like coins that have ran from that platform itself though, and I think that's really what they need. So yeah, Jinzo, I know you wanted to touch on it too. I think I might have some other stuff to say regarding the Boop stuff too, but I'll let you chime in.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's refreshing to have someone that's very like trench focused and that cares about the space. And obviously, he's gonna make profit off this, but he cares about the space. Tries to do things to include people that are prominent in the space, know what they're doing, and try to give back also. So he gave a big opportunity to a lot of these big guys like Trader Pow and a couple of other guys, a few other guys actually. I think even Cooker got in early to be able to stake some big money from early on, and obviously that helps them make some profit and gain an airdrop on every single token that migrates. But at the same time, it means that they're gonna be able to give them feedback and they're gonna try to grow the platform together. So there's a lot of good things that can come out of this, and obviously we needed to see someone try to disrupt Pump Fund. Like you said, they're just extractive, right? It's great. I love how Pump Fund works and everything, but the money's not coming back into the market. Let's face it, they're just sucking it dry, millions every day getting liquidated from the market. So at least in this way, we have a percentage that goes back to the trenchers, and it feeds the trenches a little bit. It feeds people that are in the space every single day. So it's good. It's nice to see that a lot of these guys like Ansem and even Pau and Cooker and many others, they're all being very vocal about their positions and what their plans are with this with the funds that they have, and that helps actually because then people will also be enticed to stake and try to gain rewards. I actually did yesterday too. I put like 10 grand in, and I staked it because I'm like, you know what, fuck it. worst case, if we get a couple of good runners, I'm making good money, and if not, I'll probably claw that back slowly over time. And it doesn't sound like too bad of an investment. Plus, the coin could get listed. Like we found out now, like everybody, it's become very very common knowledge now that like Dingaling is the creator of Pancake Swap, which nobody knew before. He kept that really close, and he has a lot of connections. Right, he worked at Binance as their CRO. So, and even LooksRare got listed just about everywhere really quickly. So I think the same thing will happen with Boop, or at least has a high chance of happening. So it's not a bad bet at these levels. When you know that the ecosystem has a good chance of succeeding and you have a chance of having a piece of that pie. But we'll see. I mean, I find it interesting. I think it's a disruptor. I just think that also the cons of it would be, oh, so many people are getting big airdrops, right? From holding the coin itself and staking it, that the runners are limited in a way because maybe people are just going to run and sell their allocations to try to claw back some of the funds that they staked. So that's the downside I see, right? So we'll see what happens over time. It'll take some time for it to gain traction, but I think overall it's a net positive for the space, and it'll at least disrupt how people create tokens and what their decisions are when it comes to actually making tokens. But yeah, we'll see. I'm curious. Actually, yesterday we got a crazy runner too, Pork. A little bit of a
Mm-hmm.
play on John Pork. I don't know if you saw it, Jake, but it ran all the way to 13 million. A lot of people thought it would keep going, but obviously people started taking profit because their airdrop allocation started getting kind of large, um and it came back down to 3 or 4 mils. So that's the things I want to see kind of get sustained, or pumps like that on coins like that. I wish we can, like you said, I wish we can get a couple of runners that sustain, but so far it's just been down only for a lot of them. They hit a certain level and just come crashing down as people take profits. So yeah, we just need a little bit more sustainability in that eco, but I think it could have a bright future if they do the right stuff.
Yeah, 5% of the token supply of graduated tokens gets sent to stakers. So that's, like you said, like that's basically like 5% of sell pressure. A lot of times, for like every token that gets graduated, which isn't great for, but I think it's fine. Um, it distributes like to more holders, which so like the holder distribution is better. So like that's a positive, I would say. And maybe it gets people rallying behind your coin that wouldn't have previously just because they got it for free. And um, so there's like some positives with that, I'd say. I think in general, like the biggest issue is the supply side of like they really need to switch people over from you know creating every coin, uh, every new meme and stuff on Pump Fun, to creating it on Boop instead, and then they can actually have some kind of organic runner on that, and then maybe people will take it more seriously. But right now, there hasn't really been many. Besides the pork, which I bought the dip of that this morning just because I'm betting on them to like scam pump at least one coin, like to like 10, 20 mil plus, but it hasn't happened yet. I know pork got to like 12 million or something like that, but not like sustained. So we'll see. Um, there was I did want to bring this up. There was uh, CZ had something to say about the former Binance stuff. Um, this is I only can see like the translate for it. Um, but he's like replying. This was this morning, like a few hours ago. This is a reply. This translate says that he's referencing. He didn't say Dingaling, but he's referencing Dingaling here for sure. Says there are former employees who were fired by Binance for insider trading, who claim to be the founder or CXO of something a few years later. Binance never had any COs except for, then he lists off all the other ones that aren't that.
Wow, that's crazy.
And then he says the above story is purely fictional. Please do not take it personally. So it's like he's saying that, but then he's like trying to protect himself legally. It seems. So that's strange. By saying it, then following up by saying, "Okay, what I just said is purely fictional." Um, so that's weird. But he's basically saying that I mean, Dingling was fired for insider trading at Binance. So that's another wrench and stuff, which I think caused a boop sell off this morning after quite a bit of pump. Yeah, it went from like 330 to like 250 or so. Like right after that.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah,
Oh man, the plot thickens, eh?
yeah.
It's seeing a little bit of a pump now, but yeah, it's gonna be fun to keep. It's just so interesting how people are anon, I guess, for their own reasons, and then others chime in like that. CZ's never been one to hold his tongue, so that's what I like about him. You know, it's funny. So I
Yeah,
guess
so that
we can put Boop being listed on Binance on the back burner for now. uh,
well, I think it did get listed on Binance Alpha.
oh yeah, Alpha's a little bit easier though. It's like any hot coin can go on there because they're trying to get a part of their volume. But yeah, it's just it's still a good place to be listed. Obviously, it's better than nothing. But Binance has made a big push on trying to get a piece of the pie on every coin that's hot, and that's how they do it. It's through Alpha, and then from there they'll list it. Once in a while, you'll get like one or two of those that get listed on the main exchange, but that's very rare. So far, we haven't seen too many actually move on. But I guess Boop, if it has enough volume, they'll do it. They're just looking like any other exchange. They're looking for volume right now. They're not as strict as they used to be for listings.
Yeah, it seems like, I mean, Coinbase has said that they're going to be way less strict too, but I haven't seen much of that at all yet. But yeah, anyone on Boop stuff in the crowd, in the community, love to get more takes or input or shitcoins in general.
Nobody.
All right,
Oh,
people need their coffee this morning, I guess.
yeah, enjoy your Boop bags. Uh, but yeah, Gork was a nice little one too. If you want to talk about that a little bit, I'm sure everybody knows by now. But there was a Twitter handle created by XAI. Well, at first it wasn't even confirmed it was from them, but you can kind of tell with how all of them were interacting with it, and even Elon jumping on after that. It must be by them, right? Was it ever confirmed that it was from XAI directly, or it was just XAI employees communicating with that Twitter?
No, I still don't think it's been confirmed, but it like for sure is.
Yeah, okay, so it's not. But I would,
Based on,
yeah.
yeah, they haven't like officially confirmed it from anywhere that I've seen. But yeah, they were like that. There's like 5 or 6 different XAI employees who were interacting with it, like right as it initially launched, and they were like the early followers of it. Um, and there's like one dude who was like saying that he was literally was saying he was QAing it, like in a tweet, and he had like a Gork thing pinned, and so it was very very likely it seemed that it was from XAI, and so yeah, I mean, thankfully we got on that really quick. I'm glad a lot of MBHQ people were able to get into it. It's basically like the truth terminal version of, but like it's like XAI's version of the truth terminal. And now, Elon started tweeting about it and he followed it, and it's like his PFP now. So they've done basically everything to promote it without actually saying it's them yet for some reason.
He was even
But
telling people interact with Gork. He was telling them go play with Gork, go interact with Gork. So like he's really pushing it hard compared to other stuff that he usually tweets about.
yeah, so I think we pinged it around like 2, or no, Rizal actually pinged it. I think it was like 800K, like right when
Oh,
it launched. And I think it's gotten as high as around 80 million. So I think about 100x. So that's pretty sweet. That we're able to get in on that early. Shout out Rizal. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I thought honestly it would go higher from here, based on like the crazy amount of interaction Elon has had with it. I'm a little worried about it now, just because like he's already changed his PFP to it. Like, what if he changes it back? then it's just something else, then like I could see the coin falling more from here. I just thought it'd have a little more strength from the insane amount of like activity that Elon has interacted with it and what it is. Like it's literally like a troll meme Twitter account. So I still have like a nice size bag of it, but I'm also a little hesitant of it going much higher just because I thought it would by now.
Same. I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm still keeping an eye on it. I'm buying dips like at 50 mil, hoping for news that it goes back up, but it's getting more and more dangerous to play that game. So I've been really aggressively buying and selling this thing. Anytime it hits 70, I'm selling. Every time it comes back down, I'm buying a bit, but not as much as I sold. Like I'm trying to be very, very like smart about my PNL on it. Just because we're getting all that news very fast, and a lot of it came in the weekend. So we had a lot of interaction already. And like you said, he changed his PFP, right? So we've seen him do this before, where he'll change his PFP and change his name, and then a few days later just change it back, and things crash. We've seen that over and over and over from when he used to play that game. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, he always does that. He changes PFP to Maximus, whatever his name, and then he changes
Yeah.
back, and then everything crashes. So that's one thing. Second, we already got a couple listings. What's really ahead for this coin, right? Maybe it slowly grinds upwards. Maybe it does. I mean, it's still a good interaction, but the fact of the matter is the coin and the Twitter are separate. The coin is just it's not them that created the coin, so it's not like a Truth Terminal or one of these AIs that actually made their own coin or whatever. Actually, Truth did he make his? Yeah, he did. So it's not like it's
No, he
their
did.
coin.
No, he did.
Oh, he didn't. Was it just one of? Was it like this? Was it like a fan made thing?
Yeah.
Truth was okay, okay, okay. Yeah, okay. So maybe it does have a bit of upside. But I'm just careful because of that, because we've seen this before where all the news comes and all the listings come and then it becomes sell the news and then it just keeps crashing and crashing and crashing. So if you're gonna keep some in there, make sure it's a moon bag, and it could still go to 100 mil, but a lot of people expected it to go there already. But at the same time, you need to remember it's only 4 days old, so give it some time, right? It's pumped so much that obviously the dips are going to be big too when people take profit on things that they're up 100x on. So I'm just being cautious with it, playing the chart, and I'm gonna hold the moon bag for sure. Like I have 15 soul left in there. I had 5 soul left. I actually bought some now at 55 mil again, just to add a little bit to my bag. And if I get a 2x on it, I'm very happy. If not, I'll just be selling it on the way up. Same thing with your mom. Actually, I'm very surprised by this, but the main like phrase that he always used was your mom, your mom. He does your mom jokes all the time, and it was doing really well up until this morning. Actually, after the listings and stuff, it just crashed, and I think there was also a vamp attack on it. Someone else created a your mom, and they pumped so much money into that thing that
Yeah, they
it
did.
crashed the main one. Yeah, it crashed the main one. So now I think they're almost at the same price. I don't have the other but it doesn't matter. I don't have it on me, but it doesn't matter. Just to say that if you're playing Gork, then this might be a play also at these levels. But I see that volume just completely fell off a cliff, so it's kind of like a spray and pray, and you hope that it comes back up eventually for a quick 2x. But that's it. That's all I'm playing right now. And other than that, Jake's favorite DRA still looking good. Decentralized retirement account. That one's okay. I like that meme a lot. And I have a feeling that one can go higher with time, so I'm just gonna hold a little bag and wait to see what happens with that one.
Yeah, that's been a nice little slow burner. Besides that one day where it ripped up pretty high. But yeah, DRA. I won't show my bags too hard, but I think it's a good meme. It's kind of similar to the house coin type thing, but instead of for houses, it's for retirement accounts. But yeah, I think just in general, it's been fun. To shitcoin again, there's been a lot of people grinding over in our shitcoin chat. So if you are interested in getting in, like would love to have obviously more people join us, but just know that it's certainly a learning curve. If you are gonna start shitcoining again, then like start very, very small. I would recommend. I think you really have to get a sense of like what the market likes, and also just like a lot of like the fundamental stuff of like not getting rugged from obvious scams and like understanding like PvP and stuff like that. So I think it takes a little bit to really get into a groove of things when it comes to shitcoining. But if it is something you're interested in, it's always nice to have more people hang with us.
Yep, and if you do start, I recommend using Padre like we are. There's good reward incentives there, and they're cheaper on fees. Let one of us know, and we'll send you all the proper links. If anything, we're obviously partners with them. We're trying to help them develop the platform, and we all make a cut from using it. So, if it's, especially on Solana, if you're gonna trade on Solana, then it's a really good tool. I use it every day. I don't use anything else really. So, yeah, I mean, might as well start with that if it's gonna reward you. Just hit us up, and we'll get you set up if you're interested.
Yes, sir. Cool. Anyone have anything else on like shitcoin stuff?
I'll just expand on what you said. Definitely, if you're gonna jump in, be careful. Don't go in too heavily. Learn because learn with small amounts and learn, how to sell, especially because we always think it's gonna go higher, it's gonna go higher, it's gonna go higher, and it's not the case. So you need to kind of set up your rules properly, especially with shitcoining, because you'll blow up your account quick. If you think you're gonna come in here and throw 50 sol at something and make 1 million, I mean, you'd have to be very lucky, and you're probably gonna end up losing all that Solana right after because you didn't set it rules and you just got lucky. So, kind of like with anything else you take on, even like NFT trading back in the day, if you don't know what you're doing, you're probably gonna get burned. So take it easy, and try to learn from the people in chat. Everybody's always so helpful in VHQ. You can become a really good shitcoin trader and a very very safe one that makes profit daily. You just gotta kind of work your way up to that. So, take it easy. And if you do jump in, ask questions. We're always there. We're going to give you strategies and everything. Maybe if
Yes,
he heats
sir.
up again, yeah, if he heats up again, maybe we'll spin up our show again on Wednesdays. We'll see. It all depends on the market. That we're not gonna, we're not just gonna do it if there's one coin running. But if it's worth it and people want to learn, I'm more than happy to give my thoughts on another show.
Um, cool. We can move on to a couple upcoming airdrops. Um, make sure you're all aware of. SNS basically tweeted out an airdrop with his image and voice hangout chat saying every .sol holder is going to understand very soon, and it's just a picture of their mascot getting airdropped. So that's the .sol names. I would, if you don't have one or like on your different accounts, I'd probably like get one and register. I don't know if the snapshot's been taken or not. Oh wait, it probably did. It probably did.
Probably
I
did,
now
yeah.
see a tweet from May 1st that says your picture just got taken.
Yeah, usually
Um,
if they're announcing it, it's because it got done. But
yeah.
yeah,
So well, that's at least something to look out for. I wouldn't be as like I know ENS was like a huge cook. I would definitely not like expect that from this one, but we'll see. I mean, it's something hopefully decent. If you are a .sol holder, I know that was like a pretty basic part of like a lot of people's like Sol farms back in like I don't know like a couple years ago when we were all farming Sol like these different finance platforms. That was like step one was like register a .sol name. So I'm assuming a lot of MEHE people have those registered on different alts and stuff. So
yeah, I have
hopefully
so
that
many.
comes to fruition.
I have so many, but we'll see. Like nobody ever uses them really, if you think about it. So I'm
No,
hoping it's
they
a
don't.
decent airdrop. But who the fuck ever says, yeah, send it to this? And you know what I mean? I don't use it ever. It's just okay. It's nice to see that I have that on my wallet as an identifier, but that's about it. I hope it does catch on though. It was a decent idea from them. I remember we were fighting for those palindromes and all those numbers when it first came out. Like what is it, like 3 years ago now? So yeah, it'd be nice to get rewarded for that, you know?
I've also been seeing some whisperings of a pump fund launch as well. Um, I don't know if that's true or not. I just heard rumors that pump fund may have their token launched really soon, maybe this month, which would be a very big one. If so, and it's probably dependent as well on Boop's success. Like, if Boop actually starts to take any type of like sizable market share from Pump Fund, then that's the lever that they can pull, is the token lever, to get people back over to their platform, which would be good in general just for users, as long as the users get a decent sized airdrop from it.
They're gonna hold it all. They're just gonna extract with it. Hopefully they give back. I mean, the only thing I can see going really wrong with that is, oh look, it all went to like people that made rug coins and like all
Yeah,
the
I
views.
know.
Yeah, it's
That's
probably
what I'm
gonna
worried
look
about
that
too. They
way.
just give a bunch to the launchers, and it's just like, oh, this people already extracted so much.
Yeah, so that's the only thing I can see really going wrong. But hey, maybe that if that happens, maybe that pushes people away from pump fund for good, and they ended up going to boop. Good for stakers. But yeah, they got to be very careful with how they handle that, because sure, they created a great platform and they got a little lucky too with how many people ended up like gravitating towards it. It's obviously a very very good platform too, but it takes a lot of luck and just the right time, the right place, right time. But they can also fuck it all up with one coin. So they got to be very careful on how they do that. They're not. I don't know how they're gonna do it to really reward people and to reward the right people. Like they'd have to limit all the people that just created a wallet one time and created a coin, but I don't think they're ever gonna do that. So we'll see. I mean, I'm a little bit hesitant to call that a cook, but hopefully it's good for the few of us that have traded pump fund coins. Problem is, a lot of us didn't even go buy directly on migration, or we didn't like, you know what I mean? We didn't help too many coins migrate if you think about it. So if they do start rewarding a lot of people that helped migrate coins, then it's still gonna go to the ruggers because they bundled the shit out of every coin. So very hard for them to decide how to go about it, and I think there's a high chance they just fuck it all up.
They could, yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm still hopeful, but yeah, hesitant. But any airdrop is a good airdrop, so just bring it on. Give me them all. Give me them all. The next one you wanted to talk about was the Doodles one that you put on the list here. Did you see that Phantom tweeted out like a Doodles version of like I guess they fucked up because they put a gif of their Phantom with like the Doodles colors, and they even wrote like $ doodle dollar. They even wrote the ticker for dude on their post, and then they deleted it quick. But that alone looked like it pumped the crap out of the token, and it gave people the idea that hey, it's coming soon, and here we go. Now you posted the actual doodles with another little teaser here. Um, but yeah, they've been flying. Like doodles, the NFT itself has been going wild.
Yeah, actually, I haven't looked at the NFT, but they got some good partners at least, um, with in the Solana ecosystem with Jupiter, Helios, Totally, tweeted out one, two, and then who else was it? Oh yeah, Bonk, tweeted out as well the last 24 hours or so.
Yeah, they're at
But
3.9.
yeah, so it looks like it's going. Quit. Looks like they have a town hall in like 15 minutes from now. Actually,
Oh wow.
it says OGs meet at the water cooler. I'm assuming that's in their Discord. Um, I'm not sure, but so yeah. Obviously, we'll know more after that. But it certainly seems like tokens coming very soon.
Yeah.
But
Interesting. We'll see. I mean, obviously, be careful when you're buying NFTs in hopes for an airdrop. They've been flying, so usually that would signify the top for doodles. Like, I mean, up to you to decide. But a lot of the airdrops we've seen, you should have just sold the airdrop. I mean, sold the NFT before getting the airdrop. So with doodles, be careful. I wouldn't be buying doodles here, hoping for the token. If anything, it would have been for a flip, but that pump has come and gone. So I would advise against it. Just be careful, really. I would say be careful more than anything. Do what you want, just be careful and think through it carefully. Don't get caught up in the FOMO.
yeah, I'm not too interested in them. After a pump already. I just like I don't like what they've done in the past. I don't like that poopy dude who's I don't know if I don't even know if he's still on the team anymore, but he left a
A poopy taste in your mouth.
bad impression. Yeah. on doodles in general, but I've always really liked the art. I think the art was dope. I had a bunch of doodles when they first minted back in the day, and I always really liked them. Um, so it sucks that it sucks that they weren't. That they kind of had their image tainted a bit, but also, they're doing decent. They're like 3.5 ETH floor, so that's not terrible for an OG NFT.
Yeah, they've recovered
So,
well. I mean, I've had so much bad stuff to say about them over time, and I feel like I was right most of the time. It just felt like they kept extracting, and that's was my biggest thing with them was the art's nice, but if they're gonna keep extracting from their holders, kind of like Clonex did or whatever, like, do you really want to be a part of that? So that was always my big gripe with it. But I really take my hat off to them. They've pivoted a couple times. They've done different things, and people have enjoyed like the resurgence of them. But again, this could all be a big pump because of the token, and they might be back down in the gutter soon. So I'm still very, very cautious when it comes to Doodles. I still have the same thoughts about Doodles. They can say that they listen and they're pivoting and whatever, but all of a sudden next week they could come out with another extraction model. So I'm just very, very cautious when it comes to them. Like selling boxes like that will never sit well with me. Selling boxes at auction for freaking like clothing and stuff that are on your like everybody going crazy for those for what? For a flip? Like you're not flipping those. Forget it. So yeah, they just made a lot of shady little ideas in the past, like shady little. Yeah, they just had shady things going on in the past, but a lot of things they did were cool. Like the merch is cool, the McDonald's partnership was cool, and they're trying to kind of turn it into more of a brand. So that's cool. We'll see what happens with them. I'm just like really like I've never really had any or anything. I never really like had good luck with doodles, and I always had kind of a bad, like you said, taste in my mouth. So I'm just not gonna touch them, but I'm gonna keep an eye on them, and I'm rooting for them because I want NFTs to do well. A little bit of a roller coaster there from me, but you get it.
yeah, mixed feelings. Um,
Oh, I
any
don't know
other
if we talked.
airdrops that we're missing?
No, but I don't know if we talked about this. Many of you won't even care. I'm sure a lot of you don't even hold apes anymore. But they had announced that they're doing and I don't know if you guys talked about it last week, but they did announce that they're doing Ape Fest in Vegas. So that's cool. Maybe I'll go to Vegas for the first time ever. I think that's in September or October. Should be
I have
cool.
no clue.
Yeah, should be fun. We'll see. That's it. That's all I had to say about apes. Hopefully they trend up because ETH is down only, and hopefully apes can recover some of that, so I can finally get out one of these days.
Um, yeah, I don't really know what to think about the ape ecosystem. It's just it got so expanded. I'm not super interested in it.
Yeah, I'm looking for
I
the
haven't
next
been for quite some
Metaverse.
time. Yeah, I don't. I just it's hard to see something like being a huge catalyst for apes from where they are right now.
Wow, the second your mom token that launched today or yesterday just got a huge bid from Geek and 2x all the way to almost 2 mil. Nice. I love vampire attacks. Let's just ignore the one that's been out for 4 days and let's just create our own, and let's all blast into that one because there's more profit to be made. Fucking assholes.
How she
Uh,
goes.
uh, I tell you.
Um. Oh, there's one more. Meteora token. The decks on I don't know when. I honestly haven't been following this that much. I know people have been farming it for quite some time, but it is also another way to play shitcoins is to LP instead of just holding. It's a little higher floor method of doing it. I know Brian Dub and Banger have both had a lot of success doing that on like some of these coins that are getting a lot of attention on CT, higher market cap stuff that's getting a ton of volume. Just playing the LP game, collecting fees on them, and then you have a little bit of more downside protection because you're eating on fees. You're just kind of hoping it ranges a bit, or slightly or starts to trend up more than anything. So I think that's another good one. And you're also obviously farming the Meteora. airdrop itself too, which I think a lot of people are excited about. Meteor is definitely like one of the biggest DEX platforms on Solana itself, so it could be a pretty juicy airdrop for people if you want to play that route. I think Brian, I've seen Brian share a bit of his strategy in the past. I don't want to speak for either him or Banger, but I know they're both very generous guys. So if you guys have more, if you want to ask them a bit of questions, they might be able to help you get started with that. Brian might have actually
Future
done a trade report a while back. I'm not sure, or someone might have on Meteor stuff.
Yeah, future Meteora millionaires, these guys. All you do is freaking LP. That's great. I mean, why not? If you're gonna get rewarded for it, right? If you do it right and you actually make money along the way, they're probably doing better than us. Even though when it comes to LPing, you got to be really careful because you can get screwed. But I mean, if you do it like they do, you might make less than we do on shitcoins. But at least longer term, that might be good for you. It just depends on who you are, I guess. And now airdrop, forget it. It's gonna be good for people.
Yes, sir. Anything we're missing? Crowd? Anything? Quiet crowd today?
I can't
That's
think
all
of
right.
any. I feel like I'm missing one, but I can't. I feel like there was another one coming soon. But anyway, we could talk about it next week too. I don't think it's any urgency. I don't. I feel like there was another farm that people had started doing. Obviously, abstract and proof of play, but those have been going on for a while, right? And even abstract, like we talk about it every week, but there's just new things happening all the time, NFTs to hold, and a bunch of stuff. Join us in abstract. This in the thread, we'll talk about it, but it's just the same old, the same gigaverse, and road tracing farms and just grinding XP or holding some NFTs, which actually I'm very happy about that ecosystem so far. It's just been holding up so well because all NFTs get such high XP every week. So it's been good. There's a lot of activity there. It's fun. It's been a nice little feel good farm for me. And a lot of the games just they come out with new stuff all the time, which is cool, and they're not boring. So it's been good. I've been having fun with it.
Yeah, for sure. I know a lot of people who've been in crypto a long time, who are OGs here in MVHQ are farming it, and they're sharing a lot of really good info in the abstract chain chat. I want to post. I just saw this from scrolling through real quick, but Abstract's doing abstract games, and they just kicked it off like an hour ago, less than an hour ago, it looks like. And they're doing
I
it
forgot
says
about
they're
that
doing
one.
4 daily games where you have 24 hours to climb the leaderboard. So that's interesting. Basically, just trying out different games on Abstract and try and earn Abstract XP via those leaderboards of those games. So
What game
I
is it
don't
today?
know. It looks like it's Rec Tech.
Okay, interesting. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, which I haven't heard of that one yet.
Yeah, I've seen it. I just haven't played it. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I had for today. I don't think there's much else new. I still like Ethos a lot. Super easy farm. Just do your daily streak. Um, can go above. You can go do more than that if you want. If you want to review other people and stuff, I still think Ethos is a really cool platform that's like actually provides a use case in crypto. So, um, I think their token could do decent as well. And it's super easy to farm. And yeah, besides that, I don't really have much else. Talked through a lot today.
Yeah, me neither. Thanks for coming out, everybody. That was fun. Join us in chats. If you want to learn about shitcoins, come join us. Abstract, whatever it is. You know how it is. We're always there to help.
Yes, sir. Thanks, y'all, for hopping in.
Have a good day.
Yeah, later.